Hey yo, welcome to Benchwarmers, a WOSO podcast, episode 45, part 2. Part 2, if you want to check out part 1, where we speak all things French League. I forgot even to mention my kits. I have 3 Lyon kits and 1 PSG kit here. I mean, to be fair, I looked up head-to-head. There has never been a result between PSG and Lyon that's 3-1. I was going to take the piss out of them. There has never been a 3-1 result. So I'm taking the piss out of myself here. Paris FC, send us a kit. We love you. We love Cara Mateo. We basically called your season generational. And I
called your manager the best manager in the league. Yeah, over exactly. The domestic treble.
We said you have great midfielders. We said a lot of good things about you. So, I mean, we really like your away kit from last season with the sash. I think that was cold.
Oh, I like their home kit. I think it's clean. Looks like Melbourne Victories.
Both of them. I mean, we'll take both. Let's be real. Sure. We're not asking for a lot. We're not asking for much. Just one shirt. But yes. Shout out to Villa's Millie round. I needed another 45 for the pod. Obviously, last 45 was Rasmussen, the Tillies goat. But we are going to move straight into the football of the week. Leggy, kick us off. Leggy's NWSL watch.
Yeah, it was a double game week this week, and look,
crazy.
There were some top games. There were some really boring games. I think it's pretty obvious that the mid-season break is a product of some sort of DEI scheme to create some equilibrium in the league, because some of these results are genuinely coming out of nowhere with no rational explanation other than some real NWSL wokeness.
Wait, so by DEI you just mean the teams that shouldn't be in the league? Like, is that what you're
like
implying?
I'm saying, like
diversity,
equity, equality, right? No, diversity, equity,
inclusion.
Sorry, I don't even know the woke texts. Okay, anyway,
this is so funny for you.
All those things lend to some of the results that we've been having over the past 2 weeks. Utah getting, I don't know, some sort of knee-capped. I don't know what's happening in Utah, but someone's taking them out. Orlando out of nowhere getting results against KC.
That's because they're royalty. It's because they're royalty.
Yes, of course, they're eating the rich.
It's just part of the exactly. Yeah, and Gotham have Batman, and Batman decided to exactly. Mamdani have taken royalty out of the equation.
All I can tell you is ever since Taylor Swift's wedding, where we literally saw cake being given to the poor by the rich, all I can say is Gotham's been on a run, and what is that if not DEI? What is that if not
Gotham's
redistribution?
Do they have a Marie Antoinette? Are they signing Katoto and I don't know about it?
That's Taylor Swift. We're going to guillotine her, obviously.
Yeah. Anyway. TS Gotham. Yeah. I mean, kick us off. What's the game that we have to start with?
Yeah, Orlando Pride versus Kansas City. The 3-0. The first half was an absolute drag. I do not suggest watching the first 45.
Don't recommend it at all.
No, because Temwa Chawinga wasn't playing. Temwa Chawinga wasn't playing.
Oh my God. But was Banda playing?
No. So that's the thing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What is this insanity?
It's a 4-5-1 by Orlando. This is the insanity that they've decided to inflict upon me, the casual watcher. You know what? I will say that KC were on the back foot with and without Chawinga. I thought that Orlando had one of their better games of the season. I think Marta was great. She scored the first goal, marking her 50th goal across all competitions for the Pride, and that makes her the first player in club history to reach the milestone. Of course, who else other than possibly Barbara Banda? Like, she could have done that number.
Who else? The girl who's in the same team who scores about the same amount, if not at a higher rate, and is going to do it for the next 10 years as well.
And this was from distance as well, like a real from the archives marker shot. Like, it was really good left-footed strike. Loved it from Marta. And then Ali Lamos.
But Banda's goal was good, no?
Banda's goal was great. I mean, Ali Lamos scored the second, so at that point, everyone kind of knew KC that to show up or just stick it and twist, and they didn't do anything. And Ali Lamos delivered an absolute curler into the box, and it was headed home by Hannah Anderson, both of which got their first goals respectively a couple of weeks ago, and then they got their first assists also recently. So 2 youngsters coming in for Orlando, but of course, Barbara Banda. She checked in, I think, at around half time. She came into the game, capped the scoring in the 85th minute, capitalising on a complete misplayed clearance by KC goalkeeper outside the penalty area before calmly sliding the ball home. This goal for Barbara Banda is, of course, her 12th of the season. She's league leading in the 26 season, and her first goal scored as a substitute. She's playing more of a substitute role. I don't know whether it's because of an injury or whether it's because Orlando was stupid. I would presume it's the latter, but I recognize that Barbara Banda can do a job anywhere. I think any team knows that, and I think to have her on at any time of the park is dangerous.
What do you think of Ovalle's season so far?
Yeah, it's been really interesting. I found that the system originally catered to her, and I think now with the changing of this 5 midfield, with the real bank in midfield, she's been kind of unable to distribute the ball as much as possible to Marta, someone who, yes, is an exceptional player, but is obviously not the same level of player that we've seen previous. And I think, of course, we love to ride off nostalgia and we love to recognize the great of these players. But Ovalle is a generational player for Mexico. She's one in a generation for Orlando. She is the next Marta, if you want to coin that, not necessarily in the stature, but in the style of play. She's a real game changer. And right now, I do think Orlando are kind of stunting her growth. And I think that is indicative of their next result. Obviously, there was a double game week. They got another shock result against Boston, a 1-0 loss at home against, Boston, no legacy. Like a promotion side, they should be taking these sides easily. They're 8th on the ladder for a reason. It's because of this inconsistency. And I think it's pretty obvious that if there is no systemic change, yes, they have the players to do it, but if there's no system change, then they're going to be stunting the growth of some of those players. And of course, the loss of Barbara Banda as a starter is equally not great for the kind of end of season run that they like to go on.
Yeah, I don't understand if that's probably a resting tactic. So when they get to a point where they have to play into playoffs, that they have her fit for the start of games. Maybe this just is part of it, but I don't know. She needs to get back up to fitness. They need her. They need to not be relying on just Lemos and Ovalle for chance creation. They can't just be relying on a 40-year-old Marta for their final product. It's not a precedent that ever will facilitate you higher up the table, let alone you're not in a position that's safe and secure enough for you to be like, oh, Pride are in 8th. Yes, that's where they want to be, but they're 1 point away from Angel City, who've won 2 in a row and are looking for the table, especially with some of the signings that they've made. Like, you'd hope that they are in the top 8 because it would be an absolutely disastrous season for them in comparison to a team like Reign, Summit, Legacy. I don't expect them to make the top 8. I expect Angel City you don't sign Ali Sentinel for that amount of money, and you don't have Johns Dottir coming back if you're not going for finals. You have to be going for finals with a team like that.
And it's funny because Ali Sentinel was not present in probably the shock result of the week, which was Angel City's 2-0 win away from home against San Diego. And Angel City have bounced back from that mid-season break with a new coach and a revitalized squad, and it's proving fruitful on the pitch. 2 really, really good games after the break have now seen them really compete for that top 8. And I really thought that the season was lost after that pretty good run of the start of the season. We mentioned it last week. The reintroduction of someone like Johns Dottir is inarguably going to change your season, but this game was a complete midfield and defense performance. I don't know whether this Angel City team has been present the whole time. If it has been, it's reawoken, or whether this is something to do with a bit of system change and a bit of clientele change. But San Diego, may not be the best team in the league, but they are on top of the ladder for a reason. They can grind out results. But in this game, they were kind of beaten by their own means of success. Angel City went out and did a full 90-minute job against one of the league favourites, helped by a bit of misfortune. Yes, Wave missed a penalty. It was an atrocious penalty if you ask me. And yes, I recognise that Giannis has the classic mid-season blues, but this team, Ari Borges scored a goal and also had the equal most defensive contributions in the game. That's crazy. Insane, right? And Baller. The Brazilian duo of her and Nunez, this is an insane Nunez, by the way, insane run of 5 goals in 5 games for her side. I don't know. It wasn't a complete, back to the wall, complete defensive performance. They were able to still get 12 shots off in the 90 Angel City, but they stifled 20 shots by San Diego Wave, and the effort of goalie Angelina Anderson, who made 6 saves, that was able to secure probably their biggest defeat and another misstep in San Diego's season, a season that has been going well for them. I don't necessarily think they're the best team in the league, but they're a competitor, and for Angel City to topple one of them again, it's a big result.
Yeah, a step in the right direction. Finally, they have Chicago tomorrow. It'll be out by the time that this recording is out. They have to beat Chicago. They lost to Chicago last time they played them, right? So they have to right some wrongs. They've got Louisville. It's a quite fortunate 2 fixtures. They could be in the playoffs by then when they meet Current on August the 2nd. That will be a very, very interesting game because it is, I don't know if it's a Chawinga-less Current, it's arguably easier. It's an easier route. They're not a hard team to break down when their main threat is alleviated. So I am a little bit excited to see what Angel City should be able to do. It's not a situation that is unexpected. This is what happens when your best players are in. This is what happens when you have a new manager bounce. I think that Gemma Granger and Leif Gunnar should have a little switch for the World Cup. If Norway want to qualify, maybe get Smarud back in, party like it's 2016. Caro scores 60 goal contributions and Ada scores 96 goals, and all of a sudden Norway are in a World Cup final. But I'm not asking for much, but what I'm asking for is Gemma Granger take a leaf out of Leif's book and please me I want Caro to make the World Cup the way Haaland does and dominate the World Cup the way Haaland did. So you know what, shout out to Angel City, who actually had the bravery to sack their coach and then have taken the bounce with a stride.
Well, I mean, it's not against. I mean, Angel City do this. Like, it's not really bravery. They just do this. They just do get rid of.
No, but it's more. But it's more in the sense of like there are players who are now actually playing for the bloody badge. Yeah. Like, fair enough. Ari Borgers, we all know she's good enough to put herself up against the best of the best. It's just when was that going to happen this season? I'm hoping that this form isn't just temporary and there is some class shown by her.
And my last game before I do a quick hits is the most anticipated game. One of the most anticipated fixtures in the season, Gotham FC versus Washington Spirit. Was it the most entertaining game? No.
Good versus evil.
But it was definitely good versus evil, and it was definitely a game that shut us up. I would say I'm along with the cohort as well as you are about calling out Rose Lavelle for having a bit of a dry spell.
She was stinky. She was stinking up oranges, mate. She was cooking up oranges on FOTMob. She was serving orange juice for the last 5 games, and then to do that fucking goal, when everyone is telling you, wow, okay, maybe you're not the player, and then okay, yes, AKB maybe had like not the game of her life because we've seen that, but one of her just standout performances, like disgusting performances. Rodman could only sit and watch in hollow.
And it's funny, I thought she was Washington's best player. Like, if you know,
yeah, but she couldn't score. She couldn't score. She took 5 shots. Yeah. Two of them were on target. 3 of them were off target, and the 2 that were on target got saved by a goalkeeper who just saves everything.
She saved 9 shots in this game. Incredible.
The one against GIF Monday, I think that's the one that was crazy. Like, she had no right to save that strike. That was the header, I believe, in the 90th minute. But yeah, AKB, when she's on one, I think she would probably be the worst goalkeeper to be on the end of on form. I think shot stopper wise, she is a serious like Neuer level player, like disgusting goalie. Like, you do never want to come up against Prime Burger. I mean, we saw what Spain had to do to break that down. Like, it's not an easy fix for any team, let alone Cantore, Kouassi, Santos, and Rodman. But yeah, I was a bit confused because how many subs do they get in the NWSL?
5. But I think it's 5.
They made 6.
Oh, was there maybe a concussion?
Spirit
was
made
there a
6.
concussion?
Maybe it was a concussion, but they did a triple sub and then a double sub and then a single sub. So I was very confused. I was very confused at what was going on. Maybe KANG's rigged the substitutes. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like a situation that only Michelle would know. Maybe they're like the City Field it was a city of dreams, but yeah, thank God Gotham doing what we love, sitting in that top four, proving me wrong, saying can they be in that top four realm? Yes, they can. Can they go up against the best of the best? Yes, they can, and they've beaten one of the best.
And, of course, the big talking point outside of the chip goal from Rose Lavelle was, of course, Sam Kerr coming on in around the 65th minute. She didn't have to do much, and she didn't do much, but I don't think that this is the game.
Let her ease in.
Yeah, exactly.
She's just getting used. She's still jet lagged. Don't worry.
No, yeah, sure.
She got held in a US detainment.
The best like clip or like still from this game was because there is a net separating the pitch from the crowd because they don't want the balls to go.
Yeah, the ball to go in,
Like Christy Mewis is in the back of this like little pack of crowd and ahead of the net, and people were like, why is she in jail? Like, why is she in a detention center?
Get in the back of your net, son. That's why she's locked up. She is netted. She is primed and netted. But I mean, what do you think of this like third kit that Gotham have got going on?
I hate it. I really, really hate it. But it's more so because it's so tacky and corny. Like, I don't know what's been going on in New York. The tacky and corniness of like that whole area has been seeping into pop culture. But
Mamdani.
Yeah, but I would rather Mamdani's face than the Statue of Liberty overlapped with like this orange and blue. Like, they've had nice kits in the past.
So the whole Liberty, the Liberty thing is a bit waffle, right? That's
the basketball team. Like, your Gotham have bats. I don't understand. I don't know.
I'm very unsure. So yes, I see this net and I see Mewis is facing the wrong way. But this kit, so I was thinking about this kit, and I'm like thinking to myself, how do you fix this kit? How do you
burn it?
What can you no? How
There's no fixing it.
Like, is there any kit because there are obviously Brazil kits where they put like landmarks and things on their kits. Like,
if they ever
think
put
about like
Christ
the Jesus
the
one
Redeemer on the front of a Brazil kit. You know how tacky that is, Ben? That's like
no,
stuff that you get on like.
I'm not saying it's the answer. I'm just saying, how do you make a Gotham shirt good? Like, that's
the
my
way
question.
that they've been doing it, like black.
You do like the home one?
I like the home one. I have the home one.
Okay.
The black and the blue. I love that teal color. But I've never liked any of the away shirts that Nike does for the NWSL. That's my gripe with.
I don't like any. Like,
Nike. Did you see Washington's in this game?
Yeah.
Like, it was an eyesore.
Yeah, I know. No. Washington's kits the last 3 years have been
terrible.
Like generational fumbles. Like,
KANG is concerned about like women's growth. I'm concerned about like what they're having women wear in games. Like, what's she doing about that? What's your 10-year plan?
I don't know how like, that's the fluorescent, like the flowery one, right? Yeah. The flower one is the away kit. It's like we're looking at a Japanese garden.
You know what it looks like? It looks like those like eye tests that you do if you find out you're like colorblind. Like, this is a test. Like, I'm going in having a test.
It's more like an internet site where it's like, how many flowers do you see
in
this square?
Yes.
But is it better than the high vis situation they had going on last year?
You know what? At least the high vis. Like, yes, they all look like 11 goalkeepers running on the pitch.
It was the worst kit I've ever seen.
No, but it's at least look,
they are the same color as a yellow car.
No, but I am a lover of the 2023-24 away Arsenal kit. Like, I love that kit so much.
The kit is terrible with the blue and the black. It's so bad as well.
I do love
that away is stinky. I mean, even the one where, like, you're talking about, like the one with the stripy one, right? Like, it looks like a red carded zebra, like a yellow carded zebra. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think this was the eyesore of kits, but the generational games, like 2 clubs with history, legacy, 40,000 people at the City Field. Yeah, what a game to be at.
Yeah, and my last quick hits, I mentioned Utah before being kneecapped. I mean, this is a pretty good case study of the level of consistency that you need in this league if you want to compete at the top level. Utah, obviously, I just commended them about how they've been going about this season, the structure of their team, who they've been able to bring in, and the personnel. Unfortunately, they're losing that personnel. Like, they're just being taken out one by one, and it's important parts of that team and important functions in that team. And
they
it's not
started
reductive.
well. They started
well, and it's not reductive to say that like players have a purpose in the team, and there was a purpose for these players at Utah, particularly Manaka, and if she's not starting, and if the players around her are not being able to start because of various injuries, then that's going to have an obvious impact on your season. They lost 3-1 against Gotham after obviously losing that shock result against Chicago last week. And then my last bit is about Chicago. Chicago is still shit. Racing is just as bad. Bay FC are still irrelevant.
No. Racing are not just as bad. Racing are supremely worse.
Racing are worse.
Don't put Mormon FC down there with Racing for a Religion FC. Like, Jesus Christ. They need to find a new religion. At least Chicago Red Stars have real generational religious ties.
Red
like,
Stars,
they will always exist.
This is like the war being taken down in 89, and we're kind of like ideologically barren. But like, isn't it funny how all the 3 teams that I hate are at the bottom of the league? Like, I mean, I really hope that they
do you feel like a Leggy vindication?
Yeah, it is definitely Leggy vindication. Like, don't you? I like hope that they continue on their quest of insignificance, so I don't have to talk about them ever again. I hope to never talk about Bay FC ever again. Racing
Uabi hasn't played yet, has she? She hasn't played for Chicago yet.
No,
and you know it's coming. It's coming. Their resurgence is coming. Don't worry.
No, I think Racing Louisville need to, like, I don't know, bring back the ghost of Emily Fox.
No, it's race to the bottom, Leggy. It's race to the bottom. You don't understand. It's smart. You don't see the vision for Louisville that's coming. No. Yeah, watch what happens when they play the Dash.
Equally incredible and definitely a significant team in the NWSL.
Yeah, the bottom 4 are maybe the holy quadruple. Like, I love that it is literally packed. Like, the way in which the NWSL is currently sorted right now is basically like the teams Leggy is in most proximal like happiness with, bar Spirit, and then the rest down it goes expansion teams, money teams, and then the teams she actually hates. Like, it is literally like if Leggy's designed this table. Like, you've got Portland,
except
Gotham.
Seattle Reign. I wish Seattle Reign replaces Washington Spirit. And I think
that's it. Yeah. But Spirit have to be at the top, or else we don't have something to talk about anymore. Like, they have to be there because we will be there. We will be there for the demise. Don't worry. It's like England. It's like they're ranked high, but we all know what's coming, and we all know it's going to be great. And I'm so excited. But Reign will probably beat Gotham this week. I expect the fish to just come out of water and just go for it. But yeah, that is all we have for Leggy's NWSL Watch as we move into contracts, extensions, rumours, retirements, and bullshit. Holy crap, the amount of shit that I have seen this week. Guys, hold on to your hats. This is the most insane week of contracts, extensions, rumours, and retirements I've ever seen. So we're going to have to do some quick fire stuff here, right? LCL have decided to not only throw the piggy bank out, but to sell the bank that they owned and then keep buying more human beings. Like, they are human trafficking at this point. I don't understand. I thought the WSL, you're only allowed to have 27 or something licensed, 25 licensed players. They have 31 at the moment, and they have just signed Diani on a 3-year deal, over 600,000, nearly 700,000 euro signing. And then the stupidest signing of the entire last 5 years. I'm going to say this is probably the worst signing I've ever seen in terms of a player making this decision, rather than, I understand why LCL have gone for her, but Rosa Kafaji has been signed from Arsenal for 200,000 or something like that. A 10/winger who also occupies the same space and plays the same spots as a player like Diani, Alexia, Van de Donk, like it makes no sense. This, you are going to sit on the bench at Arsenal. You were sitting on the bench / coming off the bench to play for Brighton, and you will now be doing that for London City.
It's not even that. I think that Kafaji won't even be able to get a game. For me, what is the point of registering somebody who you're going to have to be playing, you're going to have to be choosing against her and like an Alexia or a Mapi or a Diani. Insane. Like that's, to me, I think that this is where, again, I go back to the same point about where women's footballers, there is the arrested development syndrome. We don't understand that, like, we don't have to go to the club that just hands us money like immediately like that, or gives us this project or this idea that's not a conducive environment for you as a footballer to be in. And that's why I mentioned, and I keep mentioning, about need and want. Kafaji may want to be at a club like London City, but it's not what she needs. What she needs is consistent game time. What she needs is a club and a team that will facilitate her growth as a footballer. I'm saying this from somebody who watches Kafaji for Arsenal and previous, to recognize who the player was who was coming to my club.
And I saw a player, Brighton as well.
Yeah, and yes, and for Brighton as well. And I saw a player that was finally, like after a year, recognizing how to really impact WSL games. That's not taking away from the fact that she's a fantastic player. She is naturally, like, God-given gift of being able to have the ball at her feet and get out of tight situations, a great shot, a great distributor. But there are certain things
also
about playing in the WSL.
Player, like exactly. The Nations League, she semi-final, Nations League, second leg, like footballer who has the ability to do it on the biggest stages. I get it. If they don't have a left winger, if they really think that she's better than Freya Godfrey, sure, by all means, play on the left side.
Then
you have Kafaji over Paris. I don't know, Kafaji over Paris, and then you play Kafaji, Diani, and Anyomi. And you have 3 new strikers with a new 10 and a new centre back, and it's an entirely new 11 who've never played with each other. It's like that FIFA moment where, like, the whole team is just, yes, they're all in the same club, but it's all zero chemistry. It is literally like red links all around the park. I just don't understand. Like, how long did it take certain players to spine into, like, when you guys bring in this Arsenal mob of players, I don't expect them to all, I don't expect you to start all 5 of them or 6 of them or 7 of them if you sign the players that I think you're going to sign. I don't expect you to play them all the time, and it will take time for them to mold in. A player like Smilla Holmberg came mid-season. Yes, not every player is like that. Like, that's not how this works, where you just effortlessly mold into the system and structure that's already set. Kafaji has no structure to set into because no one knows what style of football they're playing because they're all new to this. And look, Mapi Leon, we all knew they were going. Literally, Alexia said in the interview, I'm excited to play with Maria. But, I mean, look, was she talking about Maria Mendez? Was she talking about Maria Leon? Who cares? She was definitely talking about Mapi. Let's be real. Mapi, this makes sense, sadly. I have very much, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I was going to say the opposite of rose-tinted glasses when it comes
You're
to...
conceited?
What?
You're conceited to the fact.
Well, I mean, yes, but it's also like, just like I just don't, I don't like a lot of the decisions she's made in her WOSO career, bar the fact that she's been a brilliant centre-half for Barcelona and amazing for it. Yes, she has multiple controversies that exist outside of the footballing brilliance. I guess I look at her career with a bit of bias and a bit cynically and a bit pessimistically, and I do see this move is very much on brand for Mapi Leon. I don't see it as like shock, like this player who's won everything is going here. It's like, well, I mean, she's done enough. She's won everything. She's going to try and make the money. She's going to play in a Barcelona shifted backline. We're not going to steal off anyone, but we're going to destroy Barcelona in the process. It's Jana, Lucia. I mean, not a sore thumb here. Jana, Lucia, Mapi Leon, and then what? Linari? Alana Kennedy?
No, Linari's leaving.
Linari is going. She's going to the other Como team, correct? But will it be Alana Kennedy? Is that the situation we're in? Where Alana Kennedy is like the 3-headed dragon, and Alana Kennedy is the only one. And she goes up to this Catalan backline and goes, "Excuse me, have you guys won the Asia Cup Player of the tournament?" I don't think so.
I think look at the players that London City have signed and we look at the type of players, and I'm not there to presume the personalities of these players. I'm just looking at their age and where they're coming from. Nothing is shocking here. If you're over the age of 30 and you play in women's football, London City is the club that you want to be at. London City will fulfill your deepest desires. If you're under the age of 21, London City is going to give you the facility and the environment and, of course, the money to be able to build the foundations towards a football career. There's a reason why 25-year-olds are not going to London City. It's because it's not the place that you want to succeed at. It's not the place where you're going to succeed at. And ultimately, there is a reason why KANG is benefiting from this. It is because there have been years of pessimism. There have been years of women's football nihilism when it comes to clubs and where to go. London City have obviously offered them something beyond what they expect of the traditional or mainstream women's clubs that they would usually go to. Diani would never go to London City 2 years ago. She would have gone to a Chelsea. She would have gone to a United. London City is now the option. She'll take it. Of course, the KANG of it all impacts that. But there is a reason why these players are going.
Take care of her, man. Take care. The message from Leon's Twitter handle to LCL's Twitter handle was to take care of Diani. Am I right? That was cold.
Like the person who runs Instagram was like, I had to just switch accounts. Like that's all you have to do.
That's
like,
all you have to
accounts.
do. You just press the double button and then here and then you see someone's commented and that's
God,
it.
It's me.
But what you said, right? Under 21 and over 30, like that's the parable, which is what makes Rosa Kafaji, a 23-year-old Swedish international signing, so weird, right? That's why we're like Mapi is not shocking, Diani is not shocking. If they get Salma Paruello or Kafaji, they're the ones where you're like, okay, what? Like, really? Is that really what the destination you've like chosen? I guess I don't know. It is an interesting thing, but we're gonna slide through to some more interesting signings. Kelly Gago has finally left Everton. Congratulations, Kelly. That is the correct decision, right, for your career. But to West Ham, I'm a bit shocked. But also West Ham, you know what? I'm here for the Shakira Martinez replacement. Am I right?
I love West Ham. I say this every podcast because every week they make a signing that just imbues to me why they are the Barclays club of the WSL.
They're the only one keeping Barclays alive.
They're the only one doing it.
It is the Barclays WSL, but is it really prime Barclays? That's the question. No, it's only West Ham and Villa. I think Villa are doing some Barclays signings, to be fair.
Agree.
Villa with their signing of Matilda Harviken to add to their list of signings that they've already got. I mean, they need defenders. We said that their back line is in shambles and they need more. But I'm very excited for this Gargo. I'm Gaga for Gargo and Salmon. Salmon and Gargo. Yeah.
Can you say like I'm
Salmon
gagged?
and Avogargo.
Jesus.
Salmon avocado on a roll with Guarino.
Jesus.
I cannot wait for my headlines next week. But I mean, Everton will have it a little bit harder on the wings because Tony Payne has made the move to Calcio Ball. Yeah, Inter Milan, Shea Garcia, Inter Milan, two players who will be playing Champions League next year. Leggy, what do you think? Tony Payne in the almighty Champions League.
It's not even that. Tony Payne, Nigerian player, Shea Garcia, Spanish player. This is what we asked Inter Milan to do when we talked about them at the end of the season, bringing in expats, bringing in players that are going to really change and really mold a team around. Like, we don't necessarily see Calcio ball being played at Inter Milan either way. Obviously the loss of Tessa Volhart will impact that, so they'll change again. I kind of like the idea that they're trying to create an identity outside of the style that is kind of imposed on them by the league, and bringing in someone who plays, Spanish football, and then alongside somebody who is that traditional type of winger that Leggy likes to run, is physical, can get a shot on. Like, these are two signings that, okay, yes, on paper they look like, green eggs and ham, but this could actually be the formula for what could be a really interesting, type of football that they're trying to create at Inter Milan.
Yeah, I mean, I just made sure that we're all right. But Tony Payne is Nigerian with American background, actually, because her sister plays in Orlando at Orlando Pride, Nicole Payne. But yes, Inter Milan. Inter Milan are a team that need that development. I'm here for Payne and Buhega. I'm here for Garcia as cover for when they are needing games in the Femminile and they are covering for their midweek European nights. So Garcia will be useful. Payne will be useful. They need depth. 100% the same way that Juve need depth, and Juve are going for multiple competitions this year despite the fact no Euro, but they're going to be going for triple trophies, and players like Leah Khalifi are going to be great shouts. A player like Emily Mace, as we spoke about in the under-19 Euros watch last week, I said she was one to watch. She scored against Spain. She's going to be someone to keep your eye out at Juve. I think she has all the potential in the world, Emily Mace, to be a proper 9 up top. Rasmussen, you've got competition, and it's an 18-year-old absolute baller from Lyon's academy, really. So, like, you have a lot to work against, and I mean Switzerland are going to just have a lot of ballers coming through. I mean, there's another Swedish Leggy, another Swedish player in Juventus colours. I mean, look, it might be the Volti replacement that they were dreaming of.
I mean, this is what Juve should have been doing 2 seasons ago. If you know that your best players are leaving or have expiry dates, you need to start building for the future. And I don't think that this is the kind of death sentence for someone like Rasmussen. I don't think that, come next year she'll be back at Central Coast. I think that this is great competition for her. And even if she does make the unfortunate move away from a big Italian club and, possibly back here or possibly to a smaller European club, at least you will have that competition and know the level that European clubs demand of you, which is to be against the second best or even the better of your opposition or of your peer. But yeah, Juve building is so important, especially if they're actually trying to build something which is reminiscent of the previous seasons that we've seen of Juve.
Speaking of building on one side of the table to go up, all the way up to the top, we're going to talk about the teams that have been promoted respectively in Italy and England. So we're going to start with the triple signing of Sophie Sveva, Emily Harvey from Roma, Svava from Lyon, obviously, and Jamali. I mean, Jamali, Euros absolute baller. She had her moments, definitely, no question about that, who is now all three of them proud members of the new Como side, Como 1907. I mean, are they that new? They're 120 years old, but they're new to the Femminile, clearly. But yes, they are the promoted Como side, and they clearly have trying to build a little spine there between Svava, Harvey in the midfield / attack, and then obviously Jamali, who can play anywhere from, I don't know, the deep lying midfield Swiss. Again, what is with all these Swiss bloody players going to Italy? What is it? What is the Swiss Swiss obsession?
It's literally next door.
No, okay, fine. Proximity is one thing, but actual desire to want to play for a promoted club is they must have some pull, like Calcio pull, baby. Calcio Como. There's gonna be, mate, the Como game is gonna be unbelievable. I reckon we go to Como House in Victoria and we watch this game together.
Which jersey are you getting? Because I have a favorite out of the two.
No, I'm not getting a Calcio Como jersey unless it has Svava on the back. But
okay, because
I'm getting Como. I'm getting the actual real Como, by the way. The real Como, not this fake ass Como. I'm getting the real Como with Chidiac on the back.
Okay, fair enough. Yes. Okay. So Como, our established Como versus new gen Como. Established Como and new gen Como are doing this amazing thing, which is recognizing that they may have the funds to buy big players and big stars, but they're buying squad players. They're buying players that will be able to keep them in at least the conversation in the league. I think Como squared. I don't know what Como numbered.
Como squared.
Como numbered.
No, okay. One of them is Como women, and one of them is Calcio Como. Yeah,
I'm not doing
Calcio Como 1907.
Established Como, new gen Como. That's what we're doing. New gen Como.
How about Chids' Como and Svava's Como?
Okay, that's good. Okay, Chids' Como. They know how to now win games and are building something in the Italian league.
100%.
And now Svarva's Como is going to have to, experiment with their formation, experiment with the style of play. These three players are distinct in how they play. Harvey obviously has experience in Italy. That's going to help her. But I don't know. I like these signings. I think that they're good base signings, good foundation signings.
Yeah, I mean, Jamali has been around the grounds. I mean, she had a very good season at PSV this last season, and PSV had a very, very good run in the Eredivisie Vrouwen, who, I mean, rightfully so. It's PSV and not Twente. Twente didn't end up getting to the potential spots that they had. It was PSV and Ajax with Feyenoord on their tail, and then Twente. So it was a crazy season in the Vrouwen, but ultimately we have another situation in England where United players that needed to be gutted have been gutted to the bottom of the table in terms of the expansion team. So Birmingham City have just picked up Nwsl and Millie Turner. Millie Turner makes sense. I actually feel for Nwsl because I thought Nwsl had some moments this season that I thought she was doing a job. I thought she was doing a great job. She had a brace in a game, I believe. I think she can nick a goal. I think she'll be good at the bottom of the table. I think she could be a little like Jill Roord, like talisman of that team, where she's just popping in goals, getting a few chances, nicking a point or two or a win away from home, a little snatch and grab at Nwsl moment, because she can strike from deep.
Well, I mean, promotion teams and those teams who aren't necessarily looking to break the top four, but more looking to break the pack, love a striker and love a player who can play in the center of the park and do a good job and be a workhorse. This is a good omen. Couple signings, Ben. What have I said? Couple signings will get you success. This will, by the philosophy of women's football, couple signings will get you success. Lisa Nwsl and Millie Turner, they just got engaged. They are going to get success. They will stay up. Like 100%. Mark my words on it.
Wow, you think they'll stay up?
Mark
that's
my
crazy.
Words. Mark my words. Wow. This is the philosophy of WOSO. The philosophy of WOSO.
The history of the football. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I'm surprised that you said that. I mean, from a semblance of the FA Cup, obviously we played Birmingham City in the FA Cup quarterfinal. They were very resolute at the back. Yeah. So I'm like, obviously they'll play Millie Turner, but I'm surprised that they are, because I mean, Niamh Heron, Cook and Silcock aren't bad players by any means of the imagination. And I mean,
Millie Turner, I thought was, I don't necessarily rate her as like a starting WSL defender for a team that's trying to get Champions League football, but she did a job when she needed to do a job. She scored that goal I think the last couple of rounds of the season, alongside with Millie, alongside with her, whoever it was alongside her, MLT traditionally, she did a good job. Like, I don't think she's a horrendous, and actually I think she's actually quite a good signing if you want WSL experience.
It might be a situation where a few of their players are loanees for Birmingham and they're just moving back to their respective teams. So they needed to pick up someone who will just play 90 every week, who is WSL proven. Whereas Bristol, didn't mention this last week, Bristol picked up Alexia Apostolakis. I mean, there is a lot in that, in the sense of that it's a good move. I think she'll get 90s. I think she has the opportunity to present herself her best football, and hopefully she just keeps it up. And then if she's good enough for Bristol, then it's not that far of a jump. She's really not that far away. Bristol were top 4 this season, just missed away from Charlton. They were 5 points away, and they had a good ending to the season. Obviously, they play a 5 at the back, so it'll be interesting to see if she makes it into the team straight away, or is it a thing that she's going to have to fight for? But obviously at right back, they I don't know how stocked up they are, but clearly if you're signing Apostolakis, there should be intention for her to develop into the season.
We have two of our greatest potential big Matilda players in fullback, particularly in Caitlin Torpey and Alexia Apostolakis, now playing in the WSL too. I think this is great. I think this is amazing. I think that a lot of players would choose to go to the Norways, would choose to go to the Swedens and kind of avoid the second tiers of big European competitions. England, the WSL2 is a very tight competition. There are a lot of games. It is incredibly technically good. Like if you watch the league, there is a standard there that is not dissimilar to that of what you'd get from other European leagues. If anything, you're more centered because you're in England, and at least you're getting some of the English experience playing in those cup games against WSL teams particularly. I think that this is a great move. I actually think that left side for Bristol was their best side. It wouldn't surprise me, especially fullback. It wouldn't surprise me if she's pushed up into left wing. That would be also really interesting.
But she plays on the right though. She does play on the right. Yeah. Alexia Postolakis plays on the right because Turner plays on the left, and Briley Henry used to play on the left, so they used to play on different sides. So I think she will be able to play right back. Hopefully that she can just slot in, right? There's definitely some exciting signings in that bottom path of those up and coming promoted sides. But then you have teams that you thought were on the precipice of expanding beyond that, and then they lose them. So Denise O'Sullivan has decided, I'm going to be loaned out to Gotham with an obligation to buy, by the way, which is crazy. What do you think about Denise O'Sullivan's tiny stint cameo in the red and white?
This is the most disappointing loss for Liverpool. They were building something with Denise O'Sullivan as the machine in that midfield.
And now they've lost her and Falk.
They've lost her, and I'm really honestly so disappointed because we saw what happened last season. The culling of the two best players for Liverpool going to Arsenal really affected them at the start of the season. They needed to build back and spend money in the mid-season transfer market. It worked, but that was supposed to be the start of something. And I thought, look, Gaz, he definitely has a style of football that he definitely tried to imbue on that side, especially at the end of the season. It was working, but it was working because of the likes of Denise O'Sullivan. I think for Gotham, I'm fascinated. Obviously, she's going back to the US. She knows the system. I'm interested where she plays. I think that they have Rose Lavelle, that type of midfielder. They're dissimilar slightly. I think that Denise O'Sullivan is more of a workhorse.
I reckon she'll play deeper.
But I'm just trying to figure out that midfield, what's going to happen, whether it's a double pivot and a single 10. I'm fascinated to see how they're going to get Denise O'Sullivan. But it's a positive move for both parties, really. I mean, she'll get success either way.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I mean, it's a positive move for Gotham and Denise O'Sullivan, but not for Liverpool. So three parties involved, two of which do not benefit in the sense of that. I don't know if Denise O'Sullivan has something to gain by being back in the NWSL. I don't know if she was playing so well in the WSL, so I don't know why. And I don't know, she's Irish as well. She's closer to home. I don't know if that helps at all, but also clearly she's made the move. She clearly loves Mum Darnistan, so you can't argue with that, mate. Kneecap era for Denise O'Sullivan is in. Mate, she's gonna be capping knees in the NWSL. Don't worry. Can you take Rodman's? Nah. They're gonna win. They're gonna win anyway. So I'm in for this Gotham Avengers team, and Mum Darnie's there in the final. We'll be on Mum Darnie watch. But we will move to Lisa Bum, who was confirmed last week. I mean, it kind of was. We kind of did speak about her as if she was confirmed, but Janu has been confirmed in that week. We did speak about her as a rumour. No longer a rumour. It makes sense. They needed a left back. Yeah, she's gonna be quality. She is a serious footballer, and it's refreshing to see Real Madrid actually sign someone that we've been knowing is Real Madrid level for a while.
And it's not reactive. I think this is based on a body of work that Janu levels has done. And I think that, yes, this season she's been particularly good, but that's not to say that her past seasons in the Frown haven't been, because she has just built a really good, catalogue of great left back performances. And I think that Real Madrid, I don't know, because this is so fascinating to me. Going from being a club that was making big signings and really kind of rejecting any semblance of normality when it comes to normal transfers, like they were getting big names who would come in and do small roles, really, except for the likes of someone like Caroline Weir and Linda Caicedo. Redondo is looking to move it out, and that's a pretty big move.
Good, yeah, that's a big rumour to Juve. But I wanted to mention on the Janu, did you know who replaced Janu Levels at VFL? Who they signed?
Oh, yes. What, Rankin?
They signed Lou Boggart.
No way.
They signed Lou Boggart. Yeah, they signed Lou Boggart.
Breaking
news. I thought you didn't know that. Yeah, they signed Lou Boggart last night. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see it.
But Lou Boggart, your team of the season left back, Paris FC, has just gone to VFL to basically replace Janu Levels. I think that's 100% the move, right?
That's like the Cecilia Fleur to VFL move right there. Amazing.
They've gone young, they've gone hungry, they've gone WOSO, like Benchwarmers, a WOSO podcast scouting, and clearly they know who the ballers are. I mean, Redondo going to Juve is as lateral a move as it gets, but I think she could genuinely top score in the Serie A, like Femminile. She could do an Esther Gonzalez for the Femminile, which I wouldn't deny in any way.
Where does Sean Fryer fit into this picture?
Sean Fryer doesn't fit anywhere in any picture other than Brisbane Roar. I'm sorry, Leggy. Like, that's just how I see football. I apologise to Sean Fryer, but I don't see her in any kit other than a Brisbane Roar jersey where she's winning Julie Dolan medal after medal. She should be the Temwa Chawinga of the dub. Let's be real. Let's stop trying to force something that can't happen. But we are going to speak about some contracts, some extensions, some more Benchwarmers redemption on top of Leggy's like shock reaction to Lou Boggart signing, which is generational right there. We will move. Yeah, see, this is the first time you've seen a moment where Leggy didn't know something that was happening on the screen because Leggy is always on top of everything. So one signing slipped through the cracks, but Caro re-signed to 2028 at Barcelona. My life is safe. No Kang-pilled Caro. No Kangaline Graham Kangson. I didn't want to see that ever. But Caro in the Blau and Grana, yeah, she's here to stay. She's here. Do you think there's a potential we could ever get back? Or is the prime over? Are we just going to get like scraps of it and remnants of it? Or do you think she could get back to that generational level?
She can't get back. I think that is the 23-24 season is just incredible. But that doesn't mean. That doesn't mean that
this year. I put her in my team of the season this year. She was fantastic.
It's not even just that. I think that the scraps of CGH are the best that a player could ever dream of playing.
Yeah.
Right. Like I would rather Caro. Like I say this all the time. Caro, you say it all the time. Caro on one foot is like a Caro, like one of the best players in the world.
Mate. She's a killer. She's Kangstavo Fring. Like
I think that she'll just mature and adapt. And I don't think she's lost her legs, which I think is important to say. Like, it's about the intelligence now and how that's really enveloping.
It's like a bicycle. Like, the strikes don't change. Like, yes, she won't be on the end of the same things, but some of the balls she was whipping in at the end of the last year, the ones that Salma were on the end of, and the ones Salma was putting to Caro as well. Like, geez, the two of them, mate, I'll miss that. But the other contract we saw, generational, Shukarat Oladipo re-signed to 2029. 2029, Leggy. We are vindicated, but that takes her, I mean, this is 3 years away, that takes her to 24, primed for Barcelona move, 100%. If that isn't a Barcelona move, I have no idea what is. But she is, a seriously good footballer. Like, we spoke about her all last week. If you want to hear our Oladipo glaze, it is very much taking up pockets of the podcast that we spoke about. And if you check it out on our YouTube, you'll know exactly where it is. But I think, unless there's no more live reactions, we will jump back into one of the great non-signings of the season so far, is that Romain Lukta, has not and probably will not join the Blues, Le Bleu of England, in Chelsea, not the French national team, but PSG, basically if you want to buy her, you need to offer $1 million, and Chelsea were not willing to. They were willing to pay her 850,000 euros, which is basically $1 million. Like, I don't know, it's over $1 million Oz. It's over $1 million. It's £1 million, right? No, it'd be just under. It'd be like 800,000 pounds, because I think, isn't the pound stronger than the euro? Surely it is. But anyway, who cares? it's not enough money for Mr. Oil himself in PSG, Mansell. Or what are they? Who owns them? Oil people, right?
Qatar. The whole
Qatar.
state of Qatar.
Michael Jordan owns PSG. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yes, what do you think of this saga? Do you think this sets a precedent for good strikers in top 5 leagues? Is $1 million now the going rate?
I think that $1 million is the rate that teams will be asking for players that they want, not necessarily gone, but if they are going to go, this is what you're going to have to pay for it. I actually think that Chelsea have dodged a bit of a bullet here, and this is crazy that I'm actually commending Chelsea. I don't think that Rome looked her, and I said this about Manchester City when you poised her as a potential Bunny Short. It was replacement at the time, but like to say a backup, right? I don't think that she's WSL proven. I actually think I don't know about the Myra Ramirez situation. I don't know how that's going, but put your stocks into Aggie Beever-Jones. I don't know how many times that we have to say it on the podcast. Aggie Beever-Jones is the future of Chelsea. She's the future of England when we're talking about strikers of that generation. And yes, I recognize that they need a backup striker. Going for someone like Lukta was not going to fix that because it's basically Bit Park Myra Ramirez. Like, why are you going for that type of striker? It didn't work. I recognize that she did a job. I get it. 24, 25, she did a job. But you need a different type of striker, someone who's actually going to be like Aggie Beever-Jones, does off the ball work, is able to connect with midfield, is able to connect with their flanks. I think the problem with Chelsea, of course, is that they're not making signings and they're falling behind the race of, I'm not necessarily counting London City, but definitely for Manchester City and Arsenal, we've made signings. We're linked with players that we need, and not necessarily everyone that we need, but the players that we needed to fill, and we did it. And Chelsea, a team that usually gets their ducks in order pretty quickly. Like we're seeing moves done earlier in the transit. Yeah,
McCabe was very, very quick.
But apparently with this particular move, I don't understand why they're struggling with the striker. Is it because they're just like scared of ghosts of Sam Kerr past? I don't know.
Maybe they're afraid to replace. We cannot replace her. That is what happens. But we're gonna go through some quick fire. I'm just gonna go like Leggy, 3 words max, right? Yeah. Charlie Grant to Malmo. Laugh. That's it. Yeah? Sure. Yeah. Is that it? Holy Trinity Matilda. That's what I'm saying, because it's now Nevin, Sayer, and Charlie Grant all at the same team. Losada on loan to Levante Badalona back in Spain.
Yes. Yeah,
love that. Yeah, that's a huge yas. That's a huge yas. I think that's a crazy good signing for them, and that will be fun to see her in the bits. But now we can talk about some rumours. This is where it gets a bit mixy. We'll start slow, simmering heat, and we'll go up. But obviously the Holly McNamara move might not be on if Emily Murphy is linked to Brighton. That is I think that's a great move for Emily Murphy. I think it's a great move for Brighton. I think in Vidicic ball, she would love the speed and pace and the bouncing off her feet. Like, it would suit her. She is WSL level. I think she's ready for it.
I think so. I don't always think so when it comes to these types of players, but I think with Vidicic at the helm, I think it helps.
If a Holly Mack will go, that would be amazing for that Oz link up. But Emily Murphy's the Irish girl.
Oh, shit. Okay.
She's the Irish striker. She plays up front for them, and I think she's been great in the run in for their qualifications to get to their playoffs. So I think she's just a killer. I think she would be able to run through for them. And the Irish link up at Brighton, it's very Evan Ferguson about it. Like, I don't know, there's a bit of history there for all you men. So nuffies out there. But the next one, if we're going up into rumours, Hannah Blundell to Everton. Why Everton? Why are we giving this justification with that exit that she did in, what was it, Baller League World Sevens? I forgot what it was. That exit was not my cup of tea. I mean, that whole tournament wasn't my cup of tea. But, I mean, if you enjoy that, great. But I don't want you at Everton. You won't get a game at Everton. No. You wouldn't start for Everton. No. Are you just bench warming at Everton? That's fair enough, I guess, if you want to do that. To be fair, Goodison Park is a vibe. We do love going down. Come on. Get down to Goodison Park. I fucking love them. Everton. They're so good. Every time. Never gets old. All you Everton fans out there, keep going. And they signed Nomi Mouchon. Did you know that? They signed Nomi Mouchon from Leicester as well. How crazy is that?
Do you know who Crystal Palace signed?
Palace.
Yeah.
Oh, Palace signed I do know this.
Yeah.
I do know this. They signed someone old. They signed someone who's
name of a country.
British. Yes. Beth English. Yeah. Beth
English.
English. Beth, who's English, went to the most English club. But Beth England in this new Palace kit will be cold. I don't know if you've seen the new Palace kit.
I haven't seen the new Palace kit, actually.
So I think it's 100-year anniversary of Palace, and it's like the old sash. It's like the old red blue sash. Yeah, have a look as we do a live reaction. I'm going to jump through a few more signings that we've gone through, and then a few rumours. The other rumour we will talk about is Melvin Mallard. Melvin Mallard, obviously with the Lukta signing going down to the depths of hell, not happening ever, the what could have been. Chelsea are close to signing Mallard. Report suggests a rumoured fee as high as €995,000, which would be a club record sale for United. Probably not a club record signing for Chelsea because of the £1 million signing that was AT last season. But Melvin Mallard, see, look at that. So Rome Lukta, 850. Melvin Mallard, 995. I think they've set the precedent of what it means to be WSL proven. Do you trust Mallard to run the 9 for Chelsea, though? I don't know. Their run of French players makes me think it could be a miss, you know?
I don't know. It's not as big as a miss as Rome Lukta, but I do think this is a massive hit for Manchester United. I think that we look at Chelsea and we're like, what an interesting pick for Chelsea, but think of the hole that Mallard's going to leave for United.
What she did at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Holy schlamoli. Yeah, they're going to get rinsed without her. Like, they're in big trouble if that materializes, then they're in big trouble. Guro Bergsvand has gone to Fiorentina. What is this? What is this world we live in? Holy moly. I'm seeing these signings off the dome. I'm just like, this is crazy town. But the two we've left to last, Leggy, I've left your lot to last, obviously. I mean, I'm not here to talk about, let's be real, I'm not here to talk about Isabella Dam, the 18-year-old goalie that you've signed. I'm here to talk about Misa Rodriguez, who's been rumoured to go to your lot on a free because you guys refuse to spend money ever, because I don't think Arsenal have money unless it's for wages. But the other one that is a crazy rumour is Sakina Karchawi, because her contract isn't up till the end of next year. So unless you pay the big bad boy money for Karchawi, which would be like 700k or more, I don't know if Karchawi is the option, because I thought you guys were afraid of spending transfer fees. But Misa Rodriguez is amazing. In my opinion, I think she would be fantastic. Like, for you, I think there are aspects of her game that are better than Borba's. I think there are aspects of her game that are better than DVD's. I don't know if there is a natural hierarchy to that. You can enlighten me on what you think the hierarchy is, or how you would structure your season around those three goalkeepers. And but like, for me, in my head, I think there is an element of European ball where Misa Rodriguez would probably be more suited than maybe not DVD of the Champions League era run, but while you guys are playing big time, like prime time WSL games against the top four, I would say Misa Rodriguez can play Champo.
I've already prayed at the altar of Claire Weetabix this season, this transfer window.
Claire Weetabix.
I can't ask for much more, and to be given all this extra like dessert is amazing.
Yeah, do you feel like a capitalist? Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is really, I get the appeal, guys. No, no, Misa's a great pick. Misa is an incredible pick, and it's threefold. It's for three reasons. DVD can't be playing 35 games games a season, which she's injury prone. We recognise that. She also needs rest. She plays our best league games. Misa Rodriguez is an amazing Champions League keeper. She's also just an amazing keeper in general, and she has the qualities of a WSL keeper. There is no question about it. Annika Borba, people will say, what's with the Annika Borba thing? She came in, she played more games than you usually would for a second keeper. What's happening? And I say, what third keeper would be playing upwards of 10 games for their club? And I genuinely think Annika Borba could be reaching up to 10 games. She can play FA Cup games, Subway Cup games, the games against the newly promoted sides if they're not to the standard. Like, there is opportunity here for rotation in goals. And of course, there's always the like little voice in the back of my head, which is like stability and security and recognition of, established chemistry is key, especially in goals. And I see that, but I'm also like, I think that we have like a really good caliber of goalkeepers here that I really honestly think could create like a really conducive environment for a solid defense starting between the six.
I just find it insane for her. Like, she would start for most teams. Like, I don't understand why. What is the pool really that bad that you would rather sit on the bench sit on the bench for North London than play for
I think it's a
any
mental
other
thing.
team?
I really think it's a mental thing. Like, you have been absolutely, like, in the bluntest of terms, you've been shitted on by Real Madrid. You come from a club that doesn't have any success. They threw you into the dumpster fire and then realized that, like, oh shit, we have to get you out before you catch on flames because our goalkeeper got injured. And then you played the rest of the season at an elite level, a world-class level, with no trophies to come of that. You're going to get success at Arsenal. That's just standard.
What,
the environment.
A plate? You haven't won yet.
A quadruple.
You haven't won yet.
I'm sorry. The Champions League and the countless trophies that we win every season.
You haven't won a trophy. You haven't won the league yet. You haven't won it since Jonas.
So you're getting players like Yamashita. You're getting Viv Miedema. They weren't striving to go to win trophies. Like,
they came in to start. She will be sitting on the bench. No Arsenal fan.
Won't. She'll be sitting. Half of the season she'll be in goals. That's the point.
Okay, let's be real. How many games did Borba get before DVD got injured? Zero.
Before DVD got injured? No,
zero.
A few. Like three.
Maybe
like
one,
3 or 4. 3
one
to 5.
or two.
3 to 5.
Okay. I'd be surprised if it's more than 3. But
she played in the smaller games in the cup games.
Renee was very, very adamant on DVD being 1. As soon as she was fit, she came back in. Yeah. I do not see like
but
there
she
is an
didn't come
argument.
back for every game. She didn't come back for every game.
Like, I think Misa Rodriguez is better than Borba. I understand that, and I do get that. I find it funny that I've seen Arsenal fans online be like, why would we want a goalie who lets in so many goals against Barcelona? I'm like, okay, sure. Why don't we put DVD in goal for Real Madrid and see what happens? But ultimately...
But we saw it. We saw it, Ben. We won the Champions League.
No. For Real Madrid, you did not win that game because DVD was in goal. You won that game because your back. You won the game because your back line was insane.
She was a part of that. She's a part of that back line.
No, she made 2 saves, Leggy. She made 2 saves. Be real. Like, come on.
I don't think so, but okay.
Leggy, the player of the match was the crossbar. The crossbar was the player of the match in that game. Honestly, let's be real. Stina Blackstenius, Beth Mead, and the crossbar. But Misa Rodriguez is a footballer that should be playing 90 minutes. I want to see her play 90 minutes every week, and I think she could do that in Italy and win trophies in Italy. She could win trophies.
You have the opportunity to spend the rest of your career.
She's better. She's better than in my opinion. In my opinion, she's better than Marmutovic. In my opinion, she has the ability to go to VFL or Bayern and be the best goalie in Germany. She has the ability to be the best goalie in Italy. She doesn't want to, and we're going into a World Cup season. She's not even going to be playing.
But she doesn't start for Spain anyway. Like that's the thing.
But that's but that's my point. Is that Kadakoi is injury prone.
She has a better chance of starting for Spain if she plays for Arsenal and plays 12 games for Arsenal. She has a better chance if Kadakoi is injured.
Okay.
She's
over
there.
Unders. She plays under 10 games.
No, over
if she plays for Arsenal. Okay,
over.
I think she plays under 10.
All comps over.
all comps. So she's playing Conti ball. That's what she's playing.
No,
That's
Borb is playing Conti ball. Like she's playing.
Okay,
she's
we'll
playing
see.
games in the league.
I mean, we only used 2 goalies last year, so you only used 2 goalies as well. So like we used Eartha Cummings for 1 game, and it was the last game of the season. That's not using 3
Kiara
goalies.
Keating, your second keeper, had one of the best goalkeeping performances that you had against Chelsea. In the second half.
Yes, no, in the FA Cup. No, I understand that, but this is a third goalie. It's not like a second goalie. I think Borba's good enough. I don't think you need Misa. I do think it would be good for you to have Karchawi, though. Karchawi's a crazy signing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about Karchawi. Again, I struggle
with
Frenchies.
What do you mean you don't know about Karchawi?
I like Karchawi as a footballer. I just struggle with Frenchies coming to the WSL. We've seen it. Gioro didn't work out. We've seen it with...
her versatility is insane.
Yes, and that's a good part of her game.
Mentally good. Like, okay, let's say Emily Fox goes down. Yeah, let's say Emily Fox goes down.
Come in. That's amazing.
No. You flip Ona to the right side.
Yes, and
you
she
put
comes
Karchawi on the left. And then you've got this insane creative outlet.
And it's amazing.
She can play in the 10. Let's be real. Like, okay, you put the holy quadruple of signings last week in order. She's higher than Reutela. She's better than Reutela in the 10. Like, come on, let's be real.
I think she'd be better than Reutela. In the WSL. There's nobody outside of Anya Battier and Georgia Stanway.
In the WSL.
That's why I said there's nobody outside of Georgia Stanway and Anya Battier who I can trust to play in the WSL and play to a high level. I don't trust Reutela. I don't trust these players. I don't trust them blindly. You need to watch them play. If Karchawi comes in and she plays 12 games in our domestic season and gets 5 goals, I will be happy. But at the same time, I'll be happy with those numbers for Reutela as well.
Many more than she would play 30 games for you. She is so good. She could play everywhere, all over the park. Kim Little can retire in grace.
We don't need her. Why are we spending money on players we don't need?
And you need Lisa Baum and you need Reutela.
What did I say about Lisa Baum?
She's a backup left winger. You got what you wanted.
I would rather genuinely and I've said every week I say this, get rid of Caitlin Ford and then bring Karchawi in. So that's the obvious answer. But that's not
a natural replacement. She's not a left winger. She
can play everywhere on the park, according to
she can play in the 10, she can play in central midfield, and she can play at left back. That's what
right wing as well.
That's the versatility. Okay, she's not Sandy Baltimore where she's actually like a trashy like winger. Like that's not what she is. She's a Talus person. Like she can put the team on her back. If we get her,
that's a great get. Again,
Stanway, Mariona, and Karchawi makes me tremble in thought of fear with Russo up top and Smith on the left and whoever you choose to play on the right out of your 500 million right wingers. But like it's I think in my opinion if Karchawi goes, I think that is like a message to Kim Little and Kyra Cooney-Cross of like you are just not playing. Like you really are.
KCC's not playing, and like RIP KCC's mum. But she's not playing. No, I'm not saying that in a bad way.
R.I.P. But she's not playing.
I remember that I remember that she died, and so like I was like I made the connection.
I remembered she died. What, her career at Arsenal too?
No, Kim Little will play. Kim Little will play.
I mean, she'll play till she dies on the pitch. So I mean, it kind of goes together. But are there any retirements this week? No. Are you asking for anyone else to retire, Leggy? Anyone at the moment? Yeah, I think you can say KCC's Arsenal career. Caitlin Ford.
I ask for it every week.
No, I don't want her to retire. I just wanted to go to Como. I wanted to go to Svava's Como. I think Svava's Como is the place to go. It's like Como, it's like an Indonesian like independent owner as well. Like it's an Indonesian KANG.
And that's why I mentioned that's how you actually set up a club. If you're a private owner and you're trying to kind of disable the monopoly in Italy, do it that way.
Whereas if you are named private owner, you go to North London and play for Arsenal. Private owner Battier. But that is all we have for contracts, extensions, rumours, and retirements. All the madness, all the craziness, as we mentioned, as advertised. We will do the last WOSO at the World Cup next week when there is more stuff to talk about, especially the final. Obviously, I'm in my
30-minute halftime show
jersey. Yeah, the 30-minute halftime show. Who's going to be the captain? Who's going to be the WOSO players at the game? I expect Alexia there. I expect Aldana Cometti there.
No, Alexia's at Bromley. Did you not see? She did Bondia at Bromley.
She will be back. She will go back for the game, Leggy. Let's be real. Bon Matty, Con Matty. I want all the on Matties there. I expect any Argentinian baller to be in the crowd. Who do I expect? KANG, maybe Emma Hayes, any bangers? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out who's there. Maybe Alex Morgan is chilling in the stands. We'll never know. I guess we'll never know until we find out at the almighty precipice
so we will
of.
Know.
Yeah. No. We don't know that Jill Ellis could be there for all we know. Like, let's be real. Like, there are many players that could be there, but one person I am hoping is there is my goat of women's football, Michelle KANG. We are into the final segment of the show, the What Would KANG Do? Number 45. Leggy, what does that mean? We are at an O or 5. It means that the mic comes out, the booth comes in, and the bangers come on. It means we have KANG music going on. This is, by the way, this isn't my choice. This is requested from the Benchwarmers community. We had a request for the first time in Benchwarmers history. It only took 44 KANGs to get a request, but actually this wasn't on a KANG video. This was on our announcement of the KANG signing of LCL, where we had someone comment asking if I could sing a KANG remix of Money Is Everything by Addison Rae. And I responded, I said it, what would KANG do 45? I promise you. And she responded, no way, let's fucking go. So she's locked in. She's ready to go. I have been ready to go this was on the 15th of June. So this is a month in the making. Shout out to the GOAT, Addison Rae, or should I say Leggy? Should I say KANGDDISON RAE-NARD, KANGDDISON Wendy RAE-NARD. That's really her full name. Yes, I didn't even have to change the title. It is just money. Money is always everything, right? Like, money is everything. Addison Rae, the Grammy Award winner, has collected the respect that she deserves. It's only a matter of time we lock in and deliver the goods. Is there anything you have to request in mind? Do you want a wig? Do you want some glasses? Let me know.
Well, have you got a hat? What are those hats called? The one starting with F for Vol? No, not Brendan.
A fedora?
A fedora, because she's been wearing fedoras recently.
When I was growing up, women's football wasn't a movement, honey. And I had to rely on moments and men to take care of her. But now I have monetary progression, and I have a lot of it. So KANG's a girl who's going to have fun. KANG a girl have fun. KANG a girl have fun. KANG's a girl who has fun. Leon Spirit, London, building football legacy. KANG, baby, don't lie. Money's everything. Alexia's my best friend. We're in Connor Reed. And Yomi Muppy, Mary Herbs, buying everything. Rosa Kerfaji and Diani. KANG has fun. Can a girl have fun? Money's everything. I was thinking of doing the second verse, but I was like, there's a lot going on there that would go into KANG's personal life.
That was really slow. I felt like she does it faster. You know what?
Which bit? Which bit?
I feel like she's like, money is everything. Like, she does it fast.
I mean, look, if I need to do it faster, I'll edit. I'll re-edit.
Do it with
like
it with like a chipmunk accent. You got to do it with a chipmunk.
I've got to edit my voice.
Yeah,
I'm going to edit my voice when I do it. Okay, I will make sure that all the edits are made in necessity and requirements to Leggy's liking. In fact, if it isn't to Leggy's liking, she might have to edit it herself. But we will see. I mean, Leggy, you wouldn't steal a KANG. That's what your hat needs to say. It needs to say you wouldn't steal a women's footballer because we don't want to not grow the park. Am I right? Yeah. I mean, it's only right that I sing "Money Is Everything" around 3 Leon tops as well. But yeah. Shout out to Leon providing the goods, KANG providing the goods. I hope that did it justice. I'm sorry I didn't. If you want the first verse, I'll do it next week. If you actually want that, but that I feel like it would just delve too deep into like. I just need the chipmunk. Yeah. I think the Money's Everything will do. Yeah. Don't worry. It's just gonna have on CapCut. It'll have the effect of just like the purple line is just cash. It's just cash. Or it's just different cash filters on top of each other. That is just money, money, money. But that is the way we do it. Money is everything for Michelle, but not for us because WOSO is everything for us. But that is all we have for What Would KANG Do? And that is all we have for the podcast this week. We are on Spotify and YouTube for all audio, all visual spectaculars on respective platforms. We do different edits, graphics, and long-form content there for our full episodes. Our part 1 will be our team of the season. Our part 2 is always our WOSO around the grounds, our contracts, extensions, rumors, and any fun stuff we do at the end of episodes. On Instagram, you'll get all of our announcements. Follow us on Instagram for all of our announcements. When anything is out, we will let you know. We do all our stories and other added content day to day there, and also has Linktree that links to our personal stuff, our own TikToks and vibes and stuff. And then we have our TikTok itself, which is our short form edited content, which you guys adore. And we love making it for you because we love women's football. We cover all around the grounds. We're already hitting all top 5 leagues, team of the seasons. We're showing our depth and versatility because we know that the world loves women's football and we love the world of women's football, and that's what we do, not just every second, not just every minute, not just every hour, but every week. Whoa, so every week.
Yes, that's
Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all for supporting the last few weeks. It has been great, and have a great week.